Prime Minister's message. Remember, after Prime Minister's mission demographic plan, which he today elucidated in front of the country, it's the TMC, which has train guns at the Prime Minister. The TMC says that the platform has been misused. TMC claims, and I'm quoting the TMC, as you can see, that post also by a leader of the TMC, Sagarika Ghosh, she basically says and asks rather, quote-unquote, infiltrators are the new enemy, over-promising and underachieving. That's the dig which she has taken at the Prime Minister. Riju Datta of the TMC joining us on the broadcast. Riju Datta, if you could tell us, what is the issue which you have with the Prime Minister's message coming today? Today he flagged, quote-unquote, as he calls it, the threat of intruders. What's the TMC's issue with that?
See, first, our only and the basic issue is that when the Honorable Prime Ministers talk about free infiltration by outsiders into our country, he is talking about the incompetence of his cabinet, the incompetence of his Home Minister. How can outsiders illegally just walk into my country? Who is supposed to protect our borders? So when the Prime Minister addresses this from the Red Fort, it is a concern and it is a day of shame for all Indians, because he is talking about the incompetence of his own government. It is not the regional parties like Trinamool Congress or anybody else who is supposed to safeguard our borders. The borders are supposed to be safeguarded by the BJP.
Safeguarding borders is the ruling government's responsibility. And what's the BJP's counter to what the TMC has had to say? Riju Datta, stay with us, because we also have Pradeep Bhandari of the BJP. I'm sure, sir, you heard what Riju Datta of TMC has had to say. TMC basically saying that the Prime Minister today highlighting the issue of intruders. They don't have a problem with that. They say it is basically the failure of the centre. You all have been unable to control the infiltration. How do you respond to the TMC's chart, sir, first of all?
The Honourable Home Minister in the floor of the House has clearly stated how the porous border, which is unfenced, which cannot be fenced because of natural barriers, that is where the illegal infiltrators enter, and the shield is being given by the Trinamool Congress local administration. When the BSF catches an illegal infiltrator and hands it over to the Trinamool Congress-led local administration, because of its vote bank politics, it is TMC which shields them rather than putting them in jail. We have seen in the past how in South 24 Parganas and various other places, illegal Aadhaar cards and other documents have been made, and members close to Trinamool Congress have been caught in this racket. Trinamool Congress, in essence, has to say whether it is against illegal infiltration. Then Mamata Banerjee and the Trinamool Congress should not go ahead and back them. Recall what Ratna Biswas, a member of the Trinamool Congress, said. She even backed the Bangladeshi getting a voter ID, and that voter ID was being supported by the Trinamool Congress. In essence, what we are saying is that the right of this country, right to vote or any other right, belongs to the Indians, not to Kuch Baitiya. Can Trinamool Congress and Mamata Banerjee give a tweet and a public statement that they are against illegal infiltrators, and if an illegal infiltrator is caught, they will not stop or support them for their appeasement politics, calling them as
you're calling the issue of infiltration a result of TMC's quote-unquote appeasement politics. Riju Datta, you're still with us. Would you like to counter that? And also, end of the day, let's forget about whoever is responsible. End of the day, would you at least agree to this moot point that quote-unquote the problem of illegals, that should be addressed? Anyone who's living illegally in the country, shouldn't they be weeded out? Where does the TMC stand on that point, sir?
Like the BJP spokesperson said, I, as the official spokesperson of the party, categorically say this on record, that we do not support any illegal infiltration. Any illegal Bangladeshi Rohingya coming into my country should be thrown out of our country. Bottom line, and I'm saying this on record. But when Pradeep Bhandari says after 14 years in power, because of natural barrier, there are porous borders, we have our Jawans in the Galwan Valley, we have our Jawans in the LOC standing on the glaciers protecting our borders, and you are giving a lame excuse on time.
Should there be blame game, sir? Should there be blame game when it comes to the issue of national security? That's a big question which we leave our viewers also with. But thank you, Pradeep Bhandari and Riju Datta, both for joining us with your views on that big message which has come from the side of the Prime Minister. We also have a reaction coming in of the Sena UB team. They have now also questioned the Prime Minister's messaging when it comes to the high-powered mission on demography. They have called it, quote-unquote, a divisive speech on Independence Day.
You need to go and ponder over the issue in deep. Because demographically, if you are speaking, then what was the population of India in 1947? What was it in 1990? Now we are in 2025. So demographically, if you go to see that demographic dividend which has been talked about by the government off and on, that where is the demographic dividend? What are we getting? We are the youngest country in the world, but are we getting that demographic dividend? Instead of saying, or instead of trying to make this kind of statements which would divide people among themselves internally, that is not that won't augur well for the country. The youngsters, those who are there, those who are unemployed, they should be given honorable jobs. What jobs are being offered? In the name of jobs, contract labor, gig workers, numbers are rising by the day. It is in crores. What is meant for them? Whatever jobs you are offering, they are all temporary jobs. People are looking for public sector jobs, government jobs.
All right, the opposition calling the Prime Minister's speech divisive. The BJP